I'm going to show you a technique, well actually several techniques based on Yokomen Uchi strikes. Several videos I have done before is when you strike Yokomen Uchi, you sort of move to the side on the outside of uke to block or to blend in. So there are different ways of doing it, but it's also another method which is to go on the what looks like on the inside, but you're not going inside too close, I meant. So you allow the Yokomen Uchi to reach to this level, so, or make it look like okay, it's going to get you there. And what is important is it's really the same feeling as what I've explained with the kendo wase, is when the attack or when the cut is taking place and uke is committed to the cut, he has to finish it. It's very hard to halfway stop, because if you put in all the power, you have to really exercise this and apply the speed. So what I'm trying to say is that it's only at this moment of time that you move in. If you move in too early, then uke will change and go where you're going. That's a risk. So I think it's important to avoid this sort of agreement whereby uke is attacking but is not fully attacking and is just agreeing. So it's okay when you're practicing and you're learning. I suppose that's acceptable to step down and then just go slower to get the form. But I'm just going to show you really the good form when the attack is taking place. So again, from Tori's side, it's the same stance. So the stance is shoulder more forward into Irimi. So you're inviting either to do Katadori or Yokomen Uchi. He's going for Yokomen Uchi. So as he raises the Yokomen Uchi, the moment he goes in to strike, so uke will be doing this. At that moment, you begin to move. You shouldn't be moving too early as he's doing this part, because he's not yet, and he can change, he can do something else if he sees you moving. So you have to give him the belief that he can get you there. This is a difficult part because it's got to be done in a wase, not action reaction. So you really blend in. He comes into Yokomen Uchi, so I'll be Tori. Uke comes in. This is the feeling. The arm is here, strike, and then down. Strike, down. This is the feeling to begin with. Okay? So I just want to emphasize that. So again, this side. So you're really moving your hip, not the hands, your hips. What is important is there has to be an atemi. Too many mistakes I see is people doing this. They go just for the arm. They go just for the arm. Then what happens is uke might be able to do that. And if uke comes and you do a strike, in that moment of time, they're stuck. If you do a beautiful turning, you get this feeling. Okay, completely off balance and then being pulled down. It's not up. You can see if it's up, you end up doing this to uke. little effect. My balance is still unaffected, and because it is unaffected, if he's doing the movement, it's because I allow him. But really, in reality, I can counter-attack and respond. So, in practice, we wouldn't want to be difficult to Uke, to our partner Tori. So, if a beginner was doing a technique and you felt you were not taking off balance, you probably would allow him to do the form to begin with, and then as the technique progresses and their level progresses, then you can go into the more details. But the essence of the technique is quite strong. It mustn't be just going for the arm. You really need to go for a blow, a strike. Then you can do any technique, and I'll show you in a second some techniques that can be done. First is a good start. This feeling. Now, the most common one is Shiho Nage. So what happens is, okay, is taken off balance. When it is done very well, Uke's balance is taken from start to finish. There is strong, taken, up to the end. There isn't a time when Uke fails. You do that, you do that. If it's done very well, Uke's balance is taken quite strongly off balance. So, the beauty of this technique is you use your compression as you strike and you go down. This is the compression now. Compression, compression, compression. I mentioned the word compression, I've showed it with a bokken. Compression, there's a feeling of the hips compacting. Same when you grip, you use the compression. In other words, you use your hips more than the hands. So it shouldn't be a Yokomen Uchi or a technique from a Yokomen Uchi where you use your hands. That's not what the technique is designed for. So here. With a can, we get this feeling. So, because you start into this feeling there, obviously, someone to get in, well actually, someone to get in with a bokken. Now this is the exercise, it's not really applying. If somebody was coming with a Yokomen Uchi and I'm holding a bokken, we would say, well, this is a suicidal attack because all I have to do is go where he is. But we use the bokken in essence to show how the hips move with the bokken. So he comes in. This is a feeling. This is a feeling. This is a feeling. So right here. That's the feeling with the bokken. Quite strong. There are some other techniques that can be done. Irimi Nage. So Uke comes in, entry is here, straight, Irimi Nage. This is another form of Irimi Nage where so Yuki comes in and then suddenly the arm. It's quite a nice feeling to that. Kokyu Nage. Quite interesting about this one. Use your hips. Move, and then here, anta itohemi. So, okay. And then you get taken. There's so many different possibilities. There's obviously Kote Gaeshi. What is important is all these techniques are happening for a simple reason. As you could be surrounded with multiple attackers. So there could be some attackers that side. Right, sure. If the attacker is still there, if there's an attacker behind, you have that feeling of moving in all kind of directions. What is important is to use your hips. Don't do Aikido with this. It will be limited. If you use the core, twist the hips, right angle, then the Aikido will progress further. So I hope I've showed you how to step in and deal with Yokomen Uchi in a different form. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.